I really can't see, but hopefully that's all y'all can see. Welcome to the channel, you guys. My name is Lon. We're gonna go over section 7 in chapter 5. Okay. It's follow your standards, precaution to protect you and your clients. Standard precautions are guidelines published by the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, that require the employer and employee to assume that all human blood and body fluids are potentially infectious. Because it may not be possible to identify clients with infectious diseases, strict infection control practices should be used with all clients. In most instances, clients who are infected with the hepatitis B virus or other bloodborne pathogens are asymptomatic, which means that they show no symptoms or signs of infection. Bloodborne pathogens are more difficult to kill than germs that live outside the body. Occupational Health and Safety Administrations and CDC set safety standards and precaution that protects employees in situations when they could be exposed to bloodborne pathogens. Precaution include proper hand washing, wearing gloves, and properly handling and disposing of sharp instruments and any other items that may have been contained by blood or bodily fluids. It is important that the specific procedures are followed if blood or body fluid is present. Protective personal equipment, PPE. I said that kind of backwards. Many chemicals used in the salon will bear labels that require the use of personal protective equipment, such as gloves and safety glasses, when working while their products. However, some equipment, such as gloves, offer protection from exposure to pathogens and should be worn whenever practical. Gloves. The Occupational Safety and Health Act defines PPE as specialized clothing or equipment worn by an employee for protection against a hazard. The hazard, this particular standard, refers to the bloodborne pathogens such as hepatitis and HIV. Standard precautions include guidelines for the use of gloves, masks, and eyewear. When contact with blood or body secretions containing blood or blood elements, it is possibility. The standard precaution standard within OSHA reads, the standard precautions shall be observed to prevent occupational exposure to blood or other potential infectious materials. Occupational exposure includes any reasonable anticipated skin, eye, mucous membrane, or potential contact with blood or other potentially infectious materials that may result from the performance of an employee's duties. It does not say only wear gloves when there is exposure to a large amount of blood. Cosmetologists must prevent their occupational exposure to any amount of blood, no matter how minuscule, though the use of gloves, mask, and eye protection. Gloves are single-use equipment. A new set is used for every client and sometimes must be changed during the service according to the protocol. Remove the gloves is performed by inverting the cuffs, pulling them off inside out, and then disposing of them in the trash. The glove taken off first is held in the hand with a glove still on, and then that glove with a cuff inverted is pulled over the first glove inside out. The first glove is then inside the second one, which has the service side now on the inside against the other glove, and they are disposed of together. If a manicure and pedicure of being performed on the same client, a new set is to be worn for each service. If the services require moving from one place or service to another several times, several sets of gloves will need to be used. The technician is to perform hand washing after removing each set of gloves and before putting on new set. When two services are being performed together or the antimicrobial gel cleansers between sets of gloves during the same appointment. An exposure incident, contact with blood or body fluid. You should never perform a service on any client who comes into the salon with an open wound or an abrasion. Sometimes accidents happen while a service is being performed in the salon. However, an exposure incident is contact with non-intact broken skin, blood, body fluids, or other potential infectious materials that is the result of the performance of an employee's duties. Should you or the client suffer a cut or abrasion that bleeds during a service, follow the steps outlined in the procedure. Okay, that brings us to the end of section 7, chapter 5. I will see you guys in the next one.